Patches. This is Erica. I'm a sweetie coming out of Rochester, New York, and I just want to say I love you. How you doing? How you living out there? You keep me cracking the fuck up. I love you since Candy, Sweet Additions TV, all that. I waited for you to come on. I just love you. I feel like you my cousin Patches because you remind me of so many people that I know, and you cool as hell and you keeps it real. So can't ask for nothing more than that. So I just wanted to come show you a little token of my appreciation, my love. Because I be watching your shit and it makes my day. So this is what I have to say to you. It's you got butter, babe. You got butter, baby. She got butter, babe. She got butter, baby. You cook them collard greens. Get them chillins right, too. I saw that chillin' you made the other day. Ooh, that shit look good. Ooh, you got butter, babe. You got butter, baby. I love you.
Hey, Erica from Rochester, New York. Honey, oh, you are so sweet and you are so beautiful. Oh, I just love you. I love your spirit. It just comes off the page. I just love you. You are so adorable. And I wanted to say thank you for taking time out to make that video for me. I haven't figured out how to like make the video and stick it on the page like you did. So, I video recorded from the camcorder, and then I'm getting ready to put it on the I Got Butter show, and I'll be putting it on your Facebook. But I wanted the world to know it's people like you that makes me get up every day. It's people like you that makes me want to look forward to another day. I am so appreciated to have people like you loving me. And honey sugar, you are my cousin as well. So if you ever need anything, honey, if you ever want to talk, or if you just have a subject you want to talk about, please call me. I would love to do something with you. I think you're a beautiful young lady, and you shine and shine and shine. And now the I Got Butter has a whole new intro. It's going to have a whole new song. And I'm taking it to my friend, and we're getting ready to put it on some CD so I can have it more often. So, to put on the beginning of my I Got Butter show. So, thank you. You are so sweet. And I love you too. And keep watching my videos. I just subscribed to your page, and I will be watching you too. And thank you so very, very much. Smooches to you, sweetie. Mwah. Hi, sugars and sweeties and swoons. We have another edition of chicken and dumplings. Y'all all been calling and wanting me to do chicken and dumplings. And with all this cold weather out here, y'all know that May showers bring April flowers, and it's cold. And it's nothing like sitting up with a big bowl of warm chicken and dumplings. So, let me tell you some of the things you're gonna need. Chicken. Plenty of chicken. Now, if you like, you can get you some chicken breast, skinless or non-skinless. We're going to be cooking ours with the skin because I like all the fat juices to travel within my pot of water, and I like to make my own broth. And with that fat and that skin that I leave on there, it's going to draw that out. But when I pull it apart, I will be taking the skin off. So do your own judgment. If you want to take your skin off because you want to diet, take it off. But you know, it adds flavor to it. So this is how we get ready to do this, baby. Y'all know I got bad back, arms, hands, and body ache. I am not gonna sit here and squish up and make all these dough dumplings. It's a lot of work. And Niecy, oh man, Mom Dukes, I'm sorry, she makes them homemade like that, and she's all the way over there and I'm all the way over here. I have my own version. Cousin Patches have her own versions of chicken and dumplings. I use canned biscuits. Yes, I do. So, run to the store, make sure you have you some canned biscuits, because I'm getting ready to show you how to do something that doesn't take very long to do, and you'll still be able to have a good down south flavor. I don't know, when you get a chicken, it is slimy. And some of y'all believe that if you throw it on the grill or if you bake it in the oven, that it will clean itself. My uncle told me one day he was fixing some ribs, and I had brought a pack of ribs. And he had just, you know, I was like, I'm going to go upstairs and rinse them off and season them and bring them back down to you. Honey, tell me why he was like, oh, no, baby, they already seasoned. And he took the pack and threw it on the grill. I was like, he said, you know, I was like, you're not going to rush the meat off? He was like, no, baby, I'm not going to wash the meat off. The fire is going to clean the meat. Now, maybe that is the case. Maybe that may be the case. But mentally, I can't depend on that. So, a good cook is a clean cook. We are getting ready to clean us and wash us some chicken legs. Yes, sir. Oh, God, I got to get me a big knife. Okay. Got Mr. Miyagi out. Gotta keep it sharp, you know? Now, I like to go and buy big cases of meat. So, I be having a lot of family over. So, I buy like really big bags of chicken. Look at that. Yeah, really big bags. And I'm using leg quarters because I like dark meat. I like dark meat because it stays juicier. But I know a lot of you out there, I know a lot of you guys out there likes the white meat. So, this is what you clean out. You see these guts? You see all of that? You can't, don't boil that with that. You need to clean that. That needs to be discarded. So, you take a little warm water and you dig it out. That's nothing but livers, really. That's all it is little livers. Now, remember, you're going to need a big pot. One of them green pots, maybe a green bean pot. Because when you make a chicken and dumplings, it swells. So, it takes up a lot of room. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have cleaned this chicken to the white meat. Let me show you. That's a clean chicken. All that guts and all that kidney is all out of there. It's a good piece of clean chicken. I like my fat. I do. I leave my fat and stuff on there because like I said, I like the juice. It makes its own broth. A lot of people buy the canned broth. Well, chicken makes its own broth. And did you know that chicken is like a natural penicillin? That's why they give you chicken soup when you're sick. Because chicken naturally has a natural antibiotic in it. So, whenever you're sick or whatnot, you're not feeling good, fix you some chicken broth. And boil that chicken and get that fat and get all that grease together. Now, as you see, I got a pretty deep pot. And I'm getting ready to put about 1, 2, 3. We're going to need about 5 of these. I say if I had a family of 4, I'll cook like 5 legs. If you had a family of 4 to 5 and you had some breast, then you'll probably fix about 8 chicken breasts. I like a lot of meat throughout my biscuits, but enough to swim around in. So, go ahead, clean your chicken. Get it ready, baby, because I got butter. Butter, baby. I got butter, baby. I got butter, baby. I got butter, baby. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you. Oh, God, thank you for that sound because that is the new me. Okay. Now that you have your chicken boiling, you need to start adding season while it's boiling, okay? So all the flavors can go in there. I like to use celery flakes. These celery flakes add a freshness to the chicken. And while I'm talking about that, also get you about 3 of these, and you'll chop them real fine, long ways real fine, maybe just 2, because it's like it replaces the onion, but it gives the chicken that holiday flavor, that fresh flavor. So let me get this open. Okay, you're gonna need 1/4 cup of this fresh celery flakes. Put that in there. Oh, as my cousin Dre would say, I wish I had smell-o-vision. But this stuff is so good. I'll be selling grippos pretty soon on eBay. So check me out if y'all want some grippos, because I will be cooking grippos in potatoes and in fried chicken, and you know, we're gonna see how it goes. It's my homegirl's idea, so let me see. Send her some grippos. Okay. You also gonna need onion powder. I don't like onions in my dumplings, but I do like onion powders, and you know I'm big on flavor. Bam! Oh, I didn't even measure that out. So, because I'm so good at eyeballing. But what I just shook in there is probably about 4 tablespoons. It was about 4 tablespoons of onion powder. I like that because it cooks inside the chicken. Okay. Now, I like for my chicken to have that smoked flavor, so I like to drop in Worcestershire sauce. That word is so crazy. Worcestershire sauce. Anywho, you don't need a lot of this. Probably about 2 tablespoons. Let me get one. You know, it just gives that chicken that extra flavor. Kind of like that Dell seasoning I be using. Smells good already. Smells good already. Bam! I will be incorporating instant bouillon cubes. Now, this bouillon cubes come in chicken or beef. These are so good for roast and chicken meals or whatnot. And when you're making chicken and dumplings, it's all about that roux, that jus, you know? So, I like to kick up the flavor with this. So, if you got cubes, use 3 cubes, 3 to 4 cubes. And if you got the powder kind that I got, I say just use, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of bouillon cubes as well. I like a good brothy chicken and dumplings. Now, like I said, this is served most of the time for people who has colds and people who don't feel good. So incorporate a little garlic, just 1 teaspoon of garlic. I like the minced garlic. I love that smell. But put that in there. Put that in there. Now, I'm gonna slice a few of these real thin. Let's see, you see how thin I'm chopping it? You will be needing a poultry seasoning because this chicken you want it to smell like holiday, like Thanksgiving. So add just some sage. Now sage is very strong, so if I was you, I'll just do a teaspoon to every 4 chicken breasts or 6 chicken thighs that you cook. Put that in there. Oh, the smell is just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, I like to use a little meat tenderizer so it'll help my chicken fall off the bone faster. So, you're going to need about a tablespoon. Now, like I said, I'm good at eyeballing. But you're going to need a tablespoon of meat tenderizer. Now, I like the meat tenderizer with the seasoning salt. It tastes great. It does, because the seasoning salt and that acts as one, you know, like soul food seasoning. But if you can't have the salt in it, then Mrs. Dash always does the job. And you know what? We're going to blow it up. We're going to put a little Mrs. Dash's there as well. I'm getting ready to put a whole tablespoon of Mrs. Dash. Because you know what? I don't want my chicken and dumplings not to have no flavor. No, I don't. So, it's going to boil for about 20-30 minutes. And then I'll get back at you and I'll show you how to make the dumplings. Okay, as you can see, my chicken is boiling. Now, a lot of people do like carrots and peas or corn and their chicken and dumplings. I just use a little celery. Now, back in the day, a lot of people just use the meat and the dough, which is the biscuits that I'm going to use to make the dumplings. So right now, we're getting ready to take these chickens and shred them. Okay? Just a quick tip. Make sure that your biscuits are in the refrigerator, staying cool. So therefore, they'll be easy to break down to put inside your chicken and dumplings. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and shed the meat. I want pure meat. I'm going to throw away the skin. And with me boiling it first, it's just so much easier. You see how the meat just kind of falls off the bone? See that? It just kind of falls off the bone. We're going to shred each and every one of these, and then we're going to put it back in the pot. And remember, it's very hot. Very, very, very hot. So, shred your meat. Okay. Now, it's going to take butter. This wouldn't be called I Got Butter if it wasn't going to be butter incorporated in just about everything. Butter gives my food flavor. So you will need 1 stick of butter for every pot of dumplings. It just helps them biscuits taste so much better. So I'll do a half a stick of butter. Throw that right off in there. And also, now, even if you don't have the celery sticks and the broth and the butter and all that other stuff, if it's too thick, you could take a little flour and water and cold water, pour it in there. It will make it thicker. It will make the roux that you need. But nowadays, we have Kroger. And since we have Kroger, we have cream of celery. I add 1 can of cream of celery to every pot of chicken and dumplings. Hey, King Kong, what's cracking?
Just watching you do your thing.
Ah, okay. Well, I learned how to lean it now, so I don't got very much to do. So, anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and incorporate this into the pot of chicken and dumplings. Now, if your family's like mine, then the 4 can of biscuits is just not going to be enough. Sometimes you might have to add 6 or 8. Because Dave really likes the dumplings. I do this. And, of course, you want to get it going at a good boil. Once you get this going to a good boil, with the water and your chicken and your cream of celery, with your butter, now it's time for voila! Dumplings in a can. That's all biscuits are. It's dumplings in a can. So I like my dumplings big. So I will be cutting these in twos. Now for some of y'all who like little bits and pieces of stuff, y'all don't like too much of a mouthful, then you want to take your biscuits and make them into 3. And so while I do that, I will finish telling you what my uncle told me. In the beginning of the story, I was telling you about how he don't like to rinse off his meat because he thinks the fire cleans itself. So I was sitting there looking at him in all astonishment. And, you know, it was kind of making sense. Almost. But like I told you, I don't trust that. Here's my biscuit. You see I cut it in half. Now, like I said, if you want a smaller one, bam. And if you did not refrigerate your biscuits beforehand, put a little flour down. It'll help it from not sticking. And these will be the small dumplings. But when you're feeding somebody of the name of King Kong, you will only cut your dumpling in half. I kind of make it flat a little bit, cut it in half, drop it on in my pot while it's a boil. Anywho, he's going to look at me and tell me, you don't wash off your hamburger, do you? And when he told me that, I was like, I guess you're right, you know. Shout outs to my Uncle Poochie. I love you, Uncle Poochie. And many times if I ate over his house, I sure didn't know he wasn't rinsing off his meat. But a lot of Americans do that, you know. And he's right. We don't rinse off our hamburger. But if I could, I would. So, you get all your dumplings cut in half, smushed and cut in half. And then drop them on in that pot while they are boiling. As you see, it's starting to look good. It's already starting to look mighty tasty. You see that? So, I'm going to continue to cut these biscuits up. Now, if you do not eat a lot and you're just a two-party family, freeze it. You can freeze chicken and dumplings. You sure can. You can freeze chicken and dumplings and eat them on another one a day. And just for a little tip, if you wanted to make some hot water cornbread with this, as I'm fixing these dumplings, I'm going to throw in another recipe for you. Boil you some water, some hot water. Then get you some Martha White cornmeal, self-rising. I like buttermilk. You take that self-rising cornmeal, and sometimes I open up a can of corn and put a couple, probably about 4 tablespoons of corn in there. And sometimes if you don't want to use corn, just season it up with a little salt and pepper. And I put that in my self-rising cornmeal. Then when my water gets to boiling, I add it to my cornmeal. Now, what that does is, for every cup of cornmeal, you're going to need 1/4 cup, 1/4 cup of hot boiling water. You smush that around and you smush that around in there, and the more cornmeal you need, the more hot water you use. And as you boil in that, as that hot water tend to make that cornmeal swell, it's actually cooking it. Put a lid on it inside of a bowl. Let it sit for just a second. Get you some hot vegetable grease and get that vegetable grease to where it is hot and crackling. Now, I like to, sometimes I use leftover chicken grease because the flavor from the seasoning is so good that I like the grease because it's been seasoned. And so I'll take that, and when my grease get hot, I'll scoop out probably about this size of cornbread into the hot grease. And what happens is it starts to fry. It fries until it gets brown. And when it gets brown, you flip it over. And it fries and rise again. This whole thing doesn't take nothing but maybe 4 to 5 minutes, not even that long, maybe 4 minutes on each side to fry before it's done. And you'll have yourself some hot water cornbread. So some of y'all who's more advanced, that can take that recipe right there and fix it without you showing me. But one day I'll fix the hot water cornbread on the segment so you can actually see it done. But if you just follow them directions, you'll have some hot water cornbread to go with your chicken and dumplings. Now, someone asked me, have I made partner yet? They partnered with a couple of my shows. They didn't partner with all of them because of that whole copyright thing. The fact that every video had theme music in it that was wrote by somebody else has made them not completely partner with me. So I guess when I accidentally deleted all my shows trying to fix one, in a sense it was almost a good way because I only uploaded the ones that you can only hear music in lowly, you know, not very loud, but the ones you can just hear a little music in, and re-uploaded them. And so hopefully now they'll be getting back with me and I will be a full-fledged YouTube partner. So I'm generating money off the commercials and the censors, so that'll be a blessing. Yes, that would be a blessing. So, just to answer that question to you out there who was wanting to know, the young lady who sent in, she's known as Just Read My Books. She's gave me a lot of great ideas, and thank you so much because you always send in insightful things and a lot of ideas. I will be taking you up on some of them things. I just really appreciate your support, honey. And your acknowledgement. Sometimes I do a show and I just tell you things the way I know them. But sometimes my information may not be quite right. I know I said something that I thought that was in the Bible wasn't, and Miss Just Read My Book checked it and was like, that was not fully true. But I do believe on that segment I was sitting with the Rigmans, so they corrected me at that time. Stay on me. I love that. I love when people, you know, help me out along the way. You know, hell, I didn't even know I said the wrong date on camera when I did the cheetah hairdo. I didn't even know I said the wrong date if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you so much, sweeties. Thank you so much. So I got these going, and as you can see, look over here in my pot. You see them biscuits rising? Yes, they are. They are rising. You want to cook this on a medium heat. You do not want them to burn. You will have to stir constantly. And you'll cook this until the dough is not gooey. Till the dough is not gooey. The dough will become completely done. It will be a firm, kind of thick, but not gooey. That's how you'll know it's done. And as soon as these suckers get to boiling at a fast pace, the way I would like it on a medium high, and rise these biscuits, I'll show you what a done biscuit would look like. You know, because see, like right now, it is still raw, but its pot is looking so good, But they coming along. They're kind of cooking. Yes. Here's one. Okay. We got one. Okay. Look here. This is a raw dumpling. You see that? It's all gooey. It's raw. This dumpling is done. You see, it's kind of like bread. It's thick. See that? It's done. Great. So it has more of an egg shake color when it's done. You see that? This is the raw. This is done. It becomes firm. Now those was the one on the bottom. So these were done. But you continue to boil them until they get like that color. Now, like I said, my family loves chicken and dumplings. So If your family loves chicken and dumplings, you might want to get you 6 cans of biscuits. But if it's small, if you have a small family, just go ahead and do the 4. Because these dumplings go pretty darn fast. And as you put them in there, you continue to stir the pot. So I'm going to let you finish cutting up your biscuits and dropping them in your dumpling jus. Now, you want to stir from the bottom up. As you see, these are turning from snow white into the color of ginger ale, which is the color of the biscuits that you want them to be. And it's slowly getting done. So as you see, I'm stirring the biscuits, and they don't stick. You see how this one's sticking? That one's stuck because it's not done. But the ones that are done fall apart. So keep stirring them. And remember, from the bottom up on medium-low. Oh, this is going to be good. Okay. When you first put them in there, you don't want to stir it immediately because you want to give them chances to kind of rise and form their own cluster of a ball. So you'll let it do its own thing for about 5 minutes. That's when you'll start your stirring. This whole process for these biscuits to get done is usually about anywhere from about 15 minutes. As you see, my dumplings are done. Look at that. No dumplings sticking. Tons and tons of dumplings. Big dumplings. Different size dumplings. Let me get that really up close to you. You see that? Now, dumplings have a way, since it's a bread, of sucking up all your seasoning. So, you can either use a pinch more of all natural seasoning, or you can use Mrs. Dash. To be honest with you, I like to use at least 2 tablespoons of salt. It sounds like a lot, it does. But like I said, when you got up to 8 cans of biscuits, 2 tablespoons of salt. When you got all them cans of biscuits, it soaks up all the seasoning. So you don't want, no non-flavorful chicken and dumplings. You want it to taste like it has a little seasoning to it. So, I do add salt, but I usually add it at the end like I just did. Just 2 tablespoons to help it out. This is nice. So, you serve this with a nice, warm, hot water cornbread. Yes. Or you could just eat it by itself. It's a meal in one, because in reality, biscuits is bread, so you really don't even need bread. But until next time, this has been another edition of I Got Butter. So, I got butter, baby. I got butter, baby. I got butter, baby. Thanks, Erica from Rochester, New York. Thanks, sweetie, for my song. I sure do love it. Smooches, sugars. Don't forget to tell a friend, to tell their mama, tell their daddy, tell their brother, tell their cousin to subscribe to Life with Cousin Patches. Smooches, and enjoy your chicken and dumplings. I know I will. Hopefully King Kong likes it, because this is his meal for the next couple days. Talk to you later. Smooches, sugars. I got butter, baby. I got butter, baby. I got butter, baby. I got butter, baby. I got butter, baby.